Do you have a cat? Do you know which items in your home are dangerous and even kill your cat? If you want your furry friend to live a long and healthy life, you need to know what foods are not supposed to be on her plate. That's why in this video we will share 20 foods that dangerous and even kill your cat. Number 1. Onions and garlic. Onions, garlic, shallots, and scallions can cause damage to your cat's red blood cells and lead to anemia. These foods are typically poisonous when eaten in large quantities, but exposure to concentrated forms of onion or garlic, such as onion soup mix or garlic powder, can also be toxic. Cats with symptoms of lethargy, weakness, reduced appetite, pale gums, and orange to dark red urine should be taken to the vet immediately. Number 2. Small bones. Small pieces of bone can easily get stuck in your kitty's esophagus or damage the stomach and intestinal system during digestion. You don't have to worry about coarse bones, which your pet can manage to remove from the meat and are also good for their teeth. Number 3. Avocados. The high fat content in avocados can lead to diarrhea and vomiting. Repeated ingestion can lead to potentially fatal pancreatitis. In addition, the pit of the avocado is toxic. Ingestion of the pit can lead to an intestinal blockage that requires surgery. Symptoms of poisoning include labored breathing, enlargement of the abdominal area, or the development of abdominal or chest fluid accumulation. Number 4. Grapes and raisins. Even a small amount of grapes and raisins can cause your cat to become ill. They can even lead to rapid development of kidney failure. Within 12 hours of ingestion, vomiting sometimes occurs. Other signs that can show up within 24 hours include lethargy, diarrhea, reduced appetite, abdominal pain, decreased urination. Number 5. Raw eggs. There are 2 problems with giving your cat raw eggs. The first is the possibility of food poisoning from bacteria like Salmonella or E. coli. The second is a rare problem in which a protein in raw egg whites, called avidin, could interfere with the absorption of the B vitamin biotin. This can cause skin problems as well as problems with your cat's coat. Number 6. Xylitol. Xylitol is a common sweetener used as a sugar substitute in many human foods. Even though it is not proven to be harmful to cats, it is known to be toxic to dogs, which is why it's best to steer clear of it. Number 7. Nuts. Although nuts aren't poisonous to cats, the high-fat content can damage your pet's digestive system. In cats that eat walnuts and almonds frequently or in big amounts, diarrhea and vomiting might occur, as well as pancreatitis in the long term. Number 8. Popcorn. Store-bought popcorn often contains preservatives and additives which can cause diarrhea and constipation. Air-popped popcorn, which you can prepare at home, can be fed occasionally and with caution as it can present a choking hazard. Number 9. Chocolate and caffeinated drinks. We've all heard that chocolate can be fatal to dogs, but it's just as poisonous for cats as well. Chocolate contains substances called methylxanthines, which can cause vomiting and diarrhea, high body temperature, muscle tremors, abnormal heart rhythm, abdominal discomfort, increased thirst, and seizures. Methylxanthines are also found in caffeinated beverages and should be avoided. See your vet if your cat experiences any of these symptoms. As a general rule of thumb, darker chocolates are more dangerous than milk and white chocolate. Number 10. Alcohol and raw dough. Alcoholic beverages and foods that contain alcohol can be dangerous for your cat. Ingestion can cause vomiting, diarrhea, tremors, disorientation, trouble breathing, coma, and even death. It's also important to keep your cat away from raw dough. Raw dough causes expansion in the stomach or creates alcohol in the stomach. If you think your cat has ingested even a small amount of alcohol, take her to the vet immediately. Number 11. Milk and dairy products. Even though your cat may enjoy drinking milk, it isn't necessarily good for her. Cats have trouble digesting the lactose in milk, which can cause an upset stomach or diarrhea. Most cats are only exposed to lactose from their mother's milk when they are kittens. Because kittens only drink from their mother's milk for a few weeks, their digestive systems are often not equipped to handle a reintroduction to lactose. So, while some cats have no trouble tolerating milk, they are not recommended to drink anything but their mother's milk while kittens, due to the possibility of digestive issues. Number 12. Coconut flesh and coconut water. Fresh coconut milk and flesh can cause digestive issues in pets, though small amounts aren't likely to cause serious harm. Coconut water is too high in potassium to be safe for pets, though coconut oil might be helpful for some cat skin issues. Talk to your vet before using this as a holistic remedy or including it in your cat's diet. Number 13. Citrus fruits. Citrus fruits like lemons, limes, oranges, clementines, and grapefruits contain citric acid and essential oils that can cause problems in cats. The stems, leaves, peels, fruit, and seeds should all be avoided. While small amounts will likely cause only an upset stomach, large amounts can lead to diarrhea, vomiting, and central nervous system depression. Number 14. Mushrooms. Most store-bought mushrooms are safe for cats in small amounts, but you should never give wild mushrooms as they can be poisonous. Symptoms of mushroom poisoning are diarrhea, vomiting, increased heart rate, discoloration of the skin, etc. Number 15. Liver. Small amounts of liver are okay, but eating too much liver can cause vitamin A toxicity. This is a serious condition that can affect your cat's bones. Symptoms include deformed bones, bone growths on the elbows and spine, and osteoporosis. Vitamin A toxicity can also cause death. Number 16. Dog food. An occasional bite of dog food won't hurt your cat, but dog food is not a substitute for cat food. They do have many of the same ingredients, but cat food is specially formulated for a cat's needs, which include more protein as well as certain vitamins and fatty acids. A steady diet of dog food can cause your cat to be severely malnourished. Number 17. Potatoes and tomatoes. While potatoes and tomatoes are two of the most beneficial foods for humans, they are not so for cats. Containing the alkaloid solanine, which is lethal to cats, these foods should stay as far away from your cat as possible. If you or your family or friends gets careless and offers Kitty a bite of these foods, the results can range from abdominal pain and diarrhea to paralysis and death. Number 18. Salt. Unlike humans and their canine counterparts, cats have body chemistry that is extremely sensitive to salt. Some foods contain trace elements of salt, but that's all your cat needs. Too much and you can expect your cat to start vomiting and urinating excessively. As a result, it will likely become very dehydrated, requiring veterinary care as soon as possible. Number 18. Yeast bread. While well-prepared bread may not be toxic to cats, it barely has any nutritional value to cats. It's best to avoid it entirely. Yeast dough, on the other hand, is very dangerous. Yeast expands when in a warm environment. So, when the dough gets to the cat's stomach, it starts expanding, causing stomach aches, bloating, twisting, discomfort, and even death. Yeast can also produce alcohol, which has other health implications. Number 19. Tuna. You probably have given your cat tuna in the past and you noticed nothing bad happened. However, the problem becomes more pronounced when you give your cat tuna regularly. For one, tuna does not give your cat all the nutrients he needs. Number 2, too much tuna can cause mercury poisoning, which can cause neurological damage. This may, in turn, result in difficulty in walking and loss of balance and coordination. Canned tuna also has a very high sodium content, which, in the long run, can be detrimental to your cat's kidneys, as well as cause dehydration. Number 19. Fat trimmings. Most of the meat cats eat in the wild have fairly low fat content. That's why cats are so sensitive to fat. They need just a very little bit to go a long way. Too much fat, whether it's from meat, nuts, or dairy, can lead to inflammation of the pancreas. Left unchecked, it's eventually fatal. Obviously, saturated fats are the worst, but don't overdo any of them. Cats tend to eat roughly 46% of their calories from fat in the wild. Number 20. Potatoes and tomatoes. Cooked potatoes and tomatoes are okay with cats, just don't give it raw. Eating uncooked potatoes and tomatoes can lead to gastrointestinal disorders in cats. Be careful with unripe potatoes as well. Whether cooked or not, it should never be given to your feline pet. Unripe potatoes are known to cause hallucinations, cardiac issues, and paralysis.